With Bleach Rebirth of Souls coming soon, it makes me wonder how soon they're actually talking about. If you've been following the updates of the game, you know every Monday is a Bleach day. So each Monday we get a new character trailer. We've had Ichigo, Rukia, Chad, Uryu, Urahara, and Yoruichi, each one having their unique fighting styles. For those who watch the anime, you know the captains all have unique abilities. Now it makes me wonder how some of them are going to translate into the game. Soifun, for example, her Nigeki Kisatsu, Sajin and his Bankai, Shinji and his inverted world, and Tosen when he goes into Bankai and it's that huge dome of darkness. So let's discuss the Bleach roster of Rebirth of Souls on this channel. So for the story mode in this game, it's going to end at the end of the Arrancar arc, after Aizen is defeated, which is technically the Fate Karakurutan arc, but whatever. After looking back, there are a lot of characters that have the possibility of joining this game. So we will discuss the followings: confirmed characters, not confirmed but shown, expected characters, DLC, and probably not gonna happen characters. So let's go ahead and start with the confirmed characters that we have already. Ichigo, they gave him his Bankai, obviously, and they have this ability that's called wielding, where he fights in white style. Well, Zangetsu style. Rukia has her Shikai and her Kidos. I really wonder how proficient she'll be, and I really hope that she's able to use a variety of Kidos that we've seen her use in the anime. Chad, he has the left arm and the Bringer Light, where he's able to teleport from one side of the map all the way to the other side, which is pretty awesome. Uryu, now his is very interesting. Uryu has an awakening and a reawakening. So his first awakening is Ranso Tengai, and then the reawakening is Let Steal. I'm very curious to see what other characters are going to have reawakening. Is it going to make them stronger? Is it going to give them more of a edge in the battle? These are things that I literally can't wait to see. Byakuya has his Shikai and Bankai, Urahara has his Shikai and Kidos, and Yoruichi has Shunko and her Speed. So those are the confirmed characters we have right now. So now we're going to jump on to the not confirmed but shown characters. For some reason, RENJI is on this list. I'm pretty sure by the time this video is out, he's already been confirmed. But since he hasn't been confirmed yet, we'll talk about him later. Zangetsu, White Ichigo, he was shown at the end, but it only makes sense for him to be in the game. I mean, he is a fan favorite after all. Orihime was in the trailer, but I'm confident we'll see her receive a spot pretty soon. Now Kon, I think he belongs in the DLC list, so let's go ahead and put him in there. Grand Fisher was shown, but I don't think he's going to be a playable character. I think he has more of a shot than the other Hollow, this one right here. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe they might hit either the DLC list or a probably not list. Now we're going to talk about the expected characters. We're going to start with the Gote 13, and I'll do my best not to make this too long-winded. First on that list is Kenpachi. I don't think I have to explain this, but he's going to be in the game. Shunsui will definitely be in the game as well. From the beginning of the series to the end of the Fate Karakurutan arc, we've had a good handful of fights for him. He'll be one of the characters that'll be pretty fun to use and to learn how he is in the game. Toshiro, the fan favorite of Japan. I know he's going to be in the game, and I hope they give him great mechanics. I want all of the different abilities that is used in the anime to be translated into the game. Ice users and elemental users, I hope we get some good advantages for using a elemental type user. Then we have Soifun. I love me some Soifun. I've said it before on my Twitter, you guys know it here. So I hope her speed translates extremely well. And then Nigeki Kisatsu. This will be interesting, because on one hand, you want it to stay true to the anime, but at the same time, is that too OP? That's the question. And it'll stay as OP as it is in the anime. It'll bring a sense of intimidation when you're fighting against a Soifun main. Maybe when you get hit twice, it takes away 3 or 5 of your stocks. I don't know. I'm just thinking there has to be something that is going to entice you to use that ability. Just like in other Dragon Ball games, Android 16, he has a self-destruct and literally it wipes out the opponent. I think they should do that here in this game. And then we have Sajin. There's something fun about fighting against a character that's bigger than life. His Bankai, I wonder how that'll work. Is it gonna be like an Ultimate Ninja Storm where the character is just huge on the screen and you're like trying to still attack it? Or are you gonna go into like a cutscene and have to dismantle them through like quick time events? I doubt that'll be the case. His Shikai is easier to translate into the game, but the Bankai is the real question. And now we're gonna get into a unpopular opinion, Ukitake. As much as I expect him to be in the game, I wouldn't be pressed if he was a DLC character alongside Unohana. We hardly saw Ukitake do anything the entire series, and Unohana, literally the Thousand Year Blood War, was the first time we've seen her fight. I mean, unless if she's gonna be a Kido character, sure, and we've seen her fight in fillers, but if we're just trying to keep it on the manga adaptation, like accuracy, then I don't think she should be in this game. But I honestly think Ukitake and Unohana go in the DLC list. Mayuri, who is Kubo's favorite character, has to be in the game. And now we're going to talk about Old Man Yamamoto. And his awakening is going to be his Shikai. Maybe this is the weird part about adding characters and their abilities that are accurate to the manga. How do you go about this? Because technically, Yamamoto should be one-shotting characters, right? When you fight against them. But you can't necessarily do that because you want to bring balance to a game. I think personally, as you're fighting with him in his Shikai form, if he's able to land a hit on you, there should be some sort of burning effect that where his opponent's stocks, they keep depleting as the time goes on, or something of that nature. Obviously, we won't get his Bankai, which is like overly OP. But I think if his Shikai did something like that, you'll have a sense of urgency to try to get rid of him in the beginning. And now we're going to talk about the Visards. Some of them are going to be put in the DLC list, and I think that'll just fit them better. I expect them to have a Shikai and a reawakening. So the first Visard on this list that I know that will be in the game, and that should be in the game, is Shinji. Now, his Shikai is going to be fun because I would imagine his opponent's controls, they get inverted. There's something nice about feeling like you're actually playing a character from the anime or manga. I just love that. But I think that the controls should be inverted within a specific time frame. Just like until the meter runs out or something like that. And his reawakening will be his mask. Hiyori is another one that's going to be in it. Lisa will be in it. Hachi will be in it. I want to see more Kidos from Hachi. I mean, this is the guy that defeated the number 2 Espada. Of course he's going to be in this game. Love and Rose, they fought Stark, but for me it wasn't for a long amount of time. And it's the same thing with Kinsei and Mashiro. They fought against Wonderwise, but I feel like it wasn't long enough. So I think these 4 characters can hit the DLC list. And now the Espada. Espada 0 through 6, I expect them to be in the game. Now, Ukiura and Yami, they need to have an awakening and a reawakening, just like how Uryu does. And when I think about it, I think in total we should have about 8 characters that have reawakenings. At least 8 characters that I expect to be in the game. I think we should have about 8 of those. Now, Espada 7 through 9. The 9th Espada, yes, Araniero. You can argue he should be in the game, along with a Kaien skin or Kaien abilities. Add him in the list of characters that I expect to be in the game and that will have a reawakening. His awakening should be Kaien's Shikai, and then his reawakening should be Gluttonaria. Espada number 8, Zaya Laparo, he'll be in the game. Espada number 7, truthfully, I never cared for him. I like the little speech he did in the anime and the manga, but other than that, I think he'll fit the DLC list. And now we're going to talk about some lieutenants. Hisagi, Kira, Ikaku, and Rangiku. I want all 4 of them to be in the game. We need some Vice Captain love, and truthfully, Yachiru is a bit of a mixed bag. We didn't see her fight either because it doesn't happen until Thousand Year Blood War. So I'll put her in the probably not list for this roster. We've seen Hisagi fight against Findor. We've seen Kira fight against that Baragon Fracciones. And we also saw Kira fight against Rangiku for a little bit. We have Ikaku. He fought against that one Arrancar that was Grimjaw's Fracciones. And then we saw Rangiku fight against Haribel's Tresbestia and against Grimjaw Fracciones. So there's a clear reason why these 4 should be in the game. Yumichika, Omaida, Isane, Iba, Momo, Nanao, Chojuro, Nemu, Kaien. I think out of this little group, I think it's safe to say only a few of them are going to be in the game. And I think those few are Momo, Yumichika, and Omaida. The rest will probably hit the probably not category. Kaien, I think it would be dope to see him in the game, but if he's already a part of Arenero, then he's already secured his spot in the game. Does that make sense? The other ones, we haven't seen them do anything before the end of the Arrancar arc. And that's why they hit the list of probably not going to be in the game. The Tresbestia. Truthfully, I expect them to be in the game. And now we have Baragon's Fraccione. I don't think every Fraccione should be in the game, especially if they had like a short lifespan. I think some of these characters are going to hit the DLC list. I think Charlotte and Findor will be in the game. I think Vega and Pao will be in the DLC list. Then we have Grimjaw's Fraccione. The guy who fought against Ikaku and Xiaolong, I think these 2 are the only ones that would see the game. Other than that, the other 3, we don't need them, let's be honest. Tesla is another Fraccione, Noritora's Fraccione, that I personally don't think we need. And then we have Minoli and Lolly. Lolly maybe, Minoli, goodbye. So we have 3 of Grimjaw's Fraccione in the probably not list. We have Tesla in the probably not list. Minoli, we have Vega and Pao in the DLC list. And how can I end this video off without mentioning Gin and Tosin? They will absolutely be in the game. Gin is going to be fun. I think he's going to be a actually short, mid, and long range character. That'll be really fun. And Tosin, on the other hand, I think if Tosin doesn't have his holification, that'll be a huge disappointment for me. Tosin is one of my favorite characters in the manga, so I would love to play with his Visard form or his holification form. Not the bug one necessarily, but when he has the mask. I'm really hoping they do this like a Budokai 3 where you get like different skins. You get different abilities that you can mix and match before each match. I think that'll be very smart for the game, and I think this will see a very long lifespan if they did that. Obviously, we have Aizen, Ishin. They're going to be in the game. I don't really have to explain that at all. Thank you for watching this video. If you agree with some of these picks that I made in here, let me know. Who do you think will be in the game? Who do you think will not be in the game? And keep in mind, guys, please stop saying, oh, hopefully DLC will be Fullbringers or 1,000-Year Blood War. I get it, we're riding the hype of the 1,000-Year Blood War right now, but they already said the story mode is going to end at the Arrancar arc. So if it's going to end there, there's a high possibility that they are already trying to do a second game of this. And that'll have all the way up from the beginning of the series up to 1,000-Year Blood War. But that's it for this video, and let's look forward to the next character trailer.